Have you ever wondered how the beer you drink is made? Imagine this: 1 million tons of grain every year, thousands of bottles filled every minute, and automated machines working with millimeter precision. We are diving into the world of brewing at the Anheuser-Busch factory, the largest beer producer in the world. We will discover how ordinary barley transforms into a hoppy beverage, and why every drop of Budweiser undergoes meticulous quality control. This is not just production. It is a spectacle of scale, flavor, and innovation that you absolutely will not want to miss. Did you know that the average American drinks about 2,500 ounces of beer annually? And while the Czech Republic and Germany lead in beer consumption, Anheuser-Busch supplies a significant portion of the global demand. It all begins with humble barley. At the factory, I witnessed how tons of grain are delivered and processed before being turned into malt, one of beer's main ingredients. Everything here is automated. Specialized machines grind the grain and soak it in water to wake up the enzymes. It literally looks like a dance of machinery, with each piece knowing its role precisely. In enormous steel tanks as tall as a 3-story building, giant machines load tons of golden barley. You can hear the soft, calming sound of the grain cascading downward, reminiscent of gentle rain. What happens next is pure technological magic. Special machines delicately grind the grain, exposing its core, starch. It looks as though the grain passes through a massive waterfall, transforming into a light, fluffy powder. This powder then ends up in enormous vats filled with warm water. Here is an interesting fact. The machines do not simply soak the grain in water. They maintain an ideal temperature and humidity level, like a steam bath designed to activate the enzymes. You can see the vats come alive, with hot steam passing through them. Water mixes with the ground grain, forming a thick, creamy mixture that begins to release the aroma of freshly baked bread. This moment feels incredibly vivid. It is as if the grain awakens and starts working together with this mechanical orchestra. The malt vat begins to rotate. Yes, it does not just sit still. It practically dances, with special paddles mixing the blend so the enzymes activate evenly. Steam rises, forming a light mist that fills the room with a sweet aroma. Sometimes this steam is lit with special lamps, adding a touch of spectacle, as if you are witnessing a scene from a sci-fi movie. And this is only the beginning. The porridge then passes through other tanks equipped with precise filters that separate the liquid, the malt extract, from the leftover grain. Now imagine this happening on a scale where a single processing cycle can fill thousands of bottles of beer. This is not just production, it is a full-scale performance. The machines operate with the precision of fine jewelry, and as you stand nearby, you feel like a witness to something monumental. The entire process is filled with rhythm, aromas, and sights that will make you forever respect beer. Though, to be honest, I already respect beer because it sponsors my enjoyable Friday nights. Anheuser-Busch sources barley from various farms, and the quality is scrutinized down to the smallest detail. Different beers require different malts. Lager? A light malt base is needed. Stout? Add darker, roasted malt. You get the idea. They use around 1 million tons of grain annually for beer production. Now for the most exciting part. These giant steel fermentation tanks are so enormous that it feels like you could fit an entire football team inside one. This is where the magic begins. Malt wort, a sweet liquid extracted from the grain, is mixed with hops and yeast. Honestly, the smell in the fermentation hall is something else. It is a warm, rich aroma, reminiscent of bread and fruits. The yeast here works like crazy, turning sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Fermentation lasts anywhere from several days to a few weeks, depending on the type of beer. The factory employs about 4,000 people. It is like a small town. But what surprised me the most is the level of automation. People here mostly monitor the process from screens while the machines handle the bulk of the work. Even the smallest details, like the temperature and pressure inside the tanks, are controlled by computers. Honestly, the factory feels more like a scientific laboratory than a traditional brewery. And it did not start out this technologically advanced. Anheuser-Busch has an incredibly fascinating history. It all began in the year 1852, when a small brewery opened in St. Louis, simply called Bavarian Brewery. In the 1860s, it was purchased by Eberhard Anheuser, a German immigrant, and his son-in-law, Adolphus Busch, joined the business a few years later. That is when the real boom began. Adolphus Busch was not just an entrepreneur, but an innovator. Imagine this. In the year 1876, they created Budweiser, the first American lager beer. To make it accessible anywhere in the United States, Busch introduced revolutionary transportation methods, such as refrigerated rail cars. This was a game changer for the beer industry. Today, Anheuser-Busch is part of the AB InBev Corporation, the largest beer producer in the world. Their brands, Budweiser, Michelob, Stella Artois, Corona, are recognized on every continent. According to AB InBev, Budweiser alone is sold in over 85 countries, producing over 2,064,000,000 gallons of beer annually. On average, each production line fills 1,500 bottles or cans per minute. The bottling line is a true showcase of technical perfection. Hundreds of cans and bottles flow in rapid streams, perfectly aligned, gleaming under bright lights. The entire process is fully automated, and watching it is like observing a finely tuned clock mechanism, but on an enormous scale. First, empty bottles or cans enter the conveyor. They are thoroughly washed to remove even the tiniest specks of dust, because cleanliness here is paramount. Machines spin each container under spiral nozzles that shower them with jets of water. Next comes the filling stage. Cans line up under high-precision dispensers that pour the exact amount of beer into each one in mere fractions of a second. Interestingly, this happens in near-vacuum conditions. Why? To prevent foam formation and avoid any contact between the beer and oxygen, as this could affect its flavor. The next step is sealing. Caps for bottles or lids for cans are fed onto the conveyor through a separate line, and special automatic clamps secure them with such speed that it is almost impossible to see the movement with the naked eye. Then comes the packaging. This is where the real conveyor magic happens. Bottles, cans, kegs, everything moves at lightning speed. More than 1,500 bottles are filled and sealed every minute. Watch this rhythm. Every can undergoes a seal test before moving on to packaging. Here is another interesting detail. Bottle coloring and label printing are also automated. Conveyors move, machines blink, and staff only occasionally intervene to ensure everything runs smoothly. Overall, lasers, sensors, and cameras at every stage ensure quality control. If even a single can or bottle fails to meet standards, the machine instantly removes it from the line. This guarantees that only the best product reaches consumers. Despite the scale of production, the taste of the beer remains consistent. That is their top priority. Every batch undergoes tasting before hitting the shelves. And trust me, this is not just a formality. The tasters here work at the level of true sommeliers. And this is just one factory in the Anheuser-Busch network. In total, the company operates 12 breweries in the United States, along with over 20 distribution centers. Another thing that impressed me, Anheuser-Busch actively works to reduce its environmental impact. For instance, the water used in brewing is purified and reused, and all waste, such as grain husks, is sent to farms as livestock feed. You can now tell your spouse, "Honey, I am not just drinking beer, I am supporting cattle feed in the United States. If you survive saying that, let me know how it goes." Although their largest factories are in the United States, the company has facilities on every continent except Antarctica. By the way, the factory in St. Louis is also a tourist attraction. Every year, they host tours for tens of thousands of visitors. Guests are taken to historic production halls, shown giant tanks, and even get to see their famous Clydesdale horses. And if you are wondering whether you can taste the beer, of course. At the end of each tour, guests are invited to a tasting room to sample the freshest beer. Anheuser-Busch is not just a company, it is a living history of innovation, scale, and tradition. They started as a small brewery in St. Louis and have grown into a giant that is reshaping the beer industry. Next time you open a bottle of Budweiser or Michelob, remember these numbers, this scale, and the people behind every drop of beer. Have you ever wondered how Red Bull, that famous energy drink, makes us feel like we have wings? How a tiny can hold so much energy? Today we're uncovering the secrets behind the creation of this iconic drink. Take a fascinating journey through the Red Bull factory with us and discover the secret ingredients that are added to the energy drink. The process of creating Red Bull begins with a careful selection of ingredients. The key elements are caffeine, taurine, sucrose, B vitamins, and vital fluid. Each ingredient undergoes rigorous quality testing to meet the company's high standards. It is commonly believed that taurine is extracted from bull semen. But Red Bull uses artificial taurine created in a laboratory, ensuring that the drink is perfectly compatible with a vegetarian diet. Taurine promotes muscle activity, reduces stress, controls blood glucose levels, and boosts cardiovascular health. The caffeine in Red Bull promotes attention, concentration, and physical performance. According to the European Food Safety Authority, the ingredients in Red Bull are considered harmless when consumed in moderation. However, as with any product, the key is to strike the right balance. Each ingredient is prepared individually. The water undergoes various stages of purification and sieving to achieve the required degree of purity. Sugar is melted in water to form a tasty syrup, which is then pasteurized. Vitamins and taurine are diluted in separate containers before further blending. Once prepared, all ingredients are mixed in large containers. Inside these containers, the ingredients are carefully combined according to the given formula. At this stage, carbon dioxide is added to give the drink its characteristic fizziness. Once mixed, the drink undergoes several filtration steps to remove any remaining impurities and ensure the product is completely pure. The liquid then undergoes a pasteurization process to kill bacteria and extend its shelf life. At the same time, the beverage is poured into aluminum containers. Aluminum foil is cut and shaped into the thin, recognizable form of cans. An internal coating is applied to prevent the drink from reacting with the metal, thus preserving the essence and taste of the product. Next, the mixture moves to automatic filling machines, which fill thousands of cans per minute. Each can is sealed airtight to maintain freshness and undergoes pasteurization to remove any contaminants that may be present. The exterior of Red Bull cans is not only visually appealing, but also functional and fully recyclable. Before filling, the cans are cleaned and sterilized, and the filling process is automated and carried out at high speed. Did you know that recycling a single aluminum can save enough energy to power a television for 3 hours? Red Bull is passionately committed to developing energy-efficient production and reducing carbon dioxide emissions. The company continues to explore creative ideas, such as producing lighter cans and implementing sustainable energy solutions. Once filled, the cans go through a labeling station, where they are stamped with the manufacturing date and expiration date. They are then grouped into sets and packed in cardboard for easier transport. At every stage of production, strict quality control is enforced. Experts test samples of the beverage to ensure they meet standards, and they perform regular equipment checks to prevent potential breakdowns. The packaged cans are stored in controlled conditions until they are shipped. From there, all the products go to distributors and retailers, and eventually reach the customers. Red Bull Energy Drink, produced in Austria, is distributed in over 170 countries worldwide. About 7.5 billion cans are produced annually, which equals 21 million cans a day. The primary markets include the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, Japan, and Brazil. Transportation is carried out by road, rail, sea, and air, covering vast distances. Every year, more than 100,000 containers filled with Red Bull make their way across the seas to eager consumers. Red Bull spends significant amounts on marketing strategies, such as supporting Formula One and extreme sports, which helps the company maintain its dominant position in the energy drink sector and attract countless new consumers each year. The story of Red Bull began on the bustling streets of Bangkok, Thailand in 1982. During one of his business trips, Austrian entrepreneur Dietrich Mateschitz came across a refreshing local drink known as Krating Deng. Impressed by its ability to combat fatigue and jet lag, Mateschitz saw enormous untapped potential for the drink in Western markets. In collaboration with the Thai inventor of the beverage, Chaleo Yovidya, they rebranded it and introduced Red Bull in Austria in 1987. Mateschitz and Yovidya didn't just change the name. They adapted the flavor to suit Western consumers and developed an original marketing strategy, focusing on extreme sports, excitement, and youth culture. The iconic phrase, "Red Bull gives you wings," became a symbol of pushing limits and chasing thrilling experiences. Red Bull takes pride in its commitment to environmental sustainability. The company launched the Red Bull Amifico project, which supports social entrepreneurship initiatives around the world. Red Bull places a strong emphasis on conserving energy and reducing its environmental impact by focusing on renewable energy sources and efficient transportation systems. Red Bull is not just a beverage, but also a source of inspiration for innovation and creativity. The company actively invests in technological projects and initiatives, supporting young talent through the Red Bull Basement program. This program is aimed at encouraging students and entrepreneurs who use technology to solve global challenges and improve society. Red Bull's unique connection to the world of extreme sports has delivered many unforgettable moments. In 2012, with the company's support, Austrian skydiver Felix Baumgartner made a historic jump from the stratosphere, leaping from a height of 24 miles and breaking the sound barrier, along with setting several world records. This daring project, known as Red Bull Stratos, showcased the company's commitment to pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Looking ahead, Red Bull continues to expand its horizons by introducing new products and technologies. The company is exploring opportunities in the fields of alternative energy and sustainable development, aiming to reduce its environmental footprint. Additionally, Red Bull plans to increase its support for music and cultural events, creating platforms for artists and creative individuals around the world. Coca-Cola's annual sales exceed $47 billion, which translates to more than 1.9 billion bottles consumed every day. To meet this huge demand, the company operates over 900 bottling plants worldwide. But how exactly is this refreshing, fizzy drink made? To uncover the secret ingredient added to Coca-Cola, we will embark on a journey across the United States and dive into the atmosphere of one of Coca-Cola's massive production facilities in the country. The mysterious formula that defines Coca-Cola's flavor is carefully kept secret. Some say it is stored in one of the most secure vaults on the planet, and only a select few have access to this culinary secret. However, it is known that the drink contains a blend of natural flavors, including vanilla, cinnamon, and citrus. This precise combination of aromas gives Coca-Cola its signature taste, setting it apart from other sodas. The production of Coca-Cola is a detailed and complex process that ensures consistency and perfection in every bottle of this iconic drink. At the beginning of the process, the components are combined. A precise mixture of high fructose corn syrup, caramel coloring, caffeine, and phosphoric acid is blended in exact proportions to create a syrup with 50% sugar content. The syrup is then poured into massive mixing tanks, holding 5,000 gallons, where it is combined with water at a ratio of 1:5. At this stage, the mixture is continuously stirred to ensure the perfect integration of all ingredients. The next stage of the process is carbonation, where carbon dioxide is added to the mixture to create Coca-Cola's signature bubbles. This process is carefully controlled to ensure the same level of carbonation at all production facilities. To achieve this, the water is chilled to just above freezing, and carbon dioxide is pumped in under high pressure, allowing it to dissolve more quickly. Once the liquid has absorbed enough carbon dioxide, It is bottled and sealed tightly. When you pop open a fizzy Coca-Cola, the carbon dioxide under pressure is released, forming bubbles and creating the iconic fizz. Next, we enter the section dedicated to packaging the product. Here, plastic bottles are formed by blowing preforms into their final shape, before being filled with the carbonated mixture. At this stage, each bottle is carefully inspected by a machine to ensure that the amount of liquid is correct, and the caps are sealed properly. Bottles that do not meet the standards are removed from the production line. Speed and efficiency define the Coca-Cola bottling and capping process. As bottles are neatly placed onto a conveyor belt, they are then sealed and the product is labeled. Before distribution, each bottle is stamped with the production date and batch code, either on the cap or the side of the container, ensuring all necessary information is visible. The drink is also packaged in cans and glass containers, with multiple production lines operating simultaneously. Glass bottles are primarily reused, undergoing a thorough cleaning process using chemicals and high-pressure water, fully restoring them. However, brand new bottles are also produced. Coca-Cola follows a recycling strategy, continually encouraging the use of reusable packaging. Quality control is crucial in Coca-Cola's production process. The company implements strict measures to ensure that every bottle meets high-quality standards. Tests are conducted at various stages of production to guarantee the product's consistency and quality. These tests include tasting the mixture to verify its flavor, carbonation, and appearance. Additionally, bottles are tested under pressure to ensure they can withstand carbonation. Beyond these checks, Coca-Cola follows rigorous sanitation and safety procedures. To protect both workers and the product's integrity, employees wear protective clothing and ensure that the production facilities remain clean and free from contamination. The production of Coca-Cola is a complex and carefully controlled process that ensures consistency and quality in every package. After passing quality control, the products undergo a thorough wash with powerful jets of water before being packed for shipment. Cans and bottles are arranged into compact forms or stored in containers. With pinpoint accuracy, mechanical arms expertly position the blocks in place to create large pallets. The blocks are then moved to the packing area, where they are neatly arranged and carefully wrapped to ensure smooth transportation. The finished product is shipped to stores and distributors all over the world, making Coca-Cola available everywhere. The production process of Coca-Cola can vary slightly depending on the region, as customer preferences may differ. To cater to these preferences, Coca-Cola adjusts its recipe to align with local tastes, ensuring that every customer enjoys the flavor they love most. However, the core ingredients remain unchanged, carefully selected and blended to give the drink its signature taste. In the early stages of production, these elements are combined in precise proportions to create the liquid that gives Coca-Cola its unique and unmistakable flavor. High fructose corn syrup, derived from cornstarch, is used as a sweetener in many carbonated beverages. Coca-Cola's distinctive dark brown color comes from caramel coloring, which is achieved by heating sugar to the point of caramelization. Each year, more than 660 million pounds of sugar and other sweeteners are used to meet global demand for the beverage. Caffeine is included to give a boost of energy, while phosphoric acid adds a subtle tartness that balances the sweetness of the high fructose corn syrup. A crucial component of large-scale Coca-Cola production is water. Each processing plant requires a significant amount of water to meet production needs. In Mexico alone, Coca-Cola uses more than 14.5 billion gallons of water annually to maintain operations. The combination of these elements creates a delightful experience that has made Coca-Cola a legendary global drink. What actions do you think Coca-Cola has taken to reduce its environmental impact? Recently, Coca-Cola has been implementing innovative, plastic-free packaging alternatives to conserve resources and reduce waste. In 2023, the company introduced the Light Pack Top, an original holder made from recyclable cardboard designed to store bottles and cans. This replaced traditional plastic packaging and helped reduce the company's plastic use by 220 short tons per year. Coca-Cola is also committed to promoting the recycling of plastic and aluminum packaging. Recycling signs and information are placed on plastic containers and street bins to raise awareness about waste separation. At recycling plants, used plastic bottles are collected, inspected, sorted, and transformed into new products. A large industrial machine grinds the bottles into small pieces, which are then cleaned and go through a complex compression process, turning them into fresh plastic containers for food. Coca-Cola has recently updated its product lineup to include healthier and more eco-friendly alternatives, with a focus on low-sugar beverages and social responsibility initiatives. The company has launched environmental projects, such as optimizing water usage and creating recyclable packaging. Today, Coca-Cola is one of the most well-known brands globally, present in over 200 countries, and offering a diverse range of products that cater to a wide variety of consumer preferences. Have you ever wondered how millions of cans of Monster Energy are produced, providing a daily energy boost to millions of people around the world? Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes at one of the largest factories in the United States, where this iconic drink is made. Get ready to witness the incredible scale of production and some truly fascinating details. When I arrived at the Monster Energy factory, the first thing that struck me was its sheer size. This isn't just a building, it's an entire world with a life of its own, where thousands of gallons of the famous energy drink are produced every day. Let me walk you through all the behind-the-scenes details that go into every can sitting on a supermarket shelf. The preparation of water is the first and most crucial stage in Monster Energy production. At the factory, the water goes through several purification steps, starting with coarse mechanical filtration and ending with reverse osmosis. Ultraviolet treatment and activated carbon are also used to remove any possible contaminants. The result is water of the highest quality, comparable to that used in the medical industry. This step is so critical that each batch of water undergoes rigorous multi-level testing in the lab to ensure its purity and compliance with strict quality standards. The factory uses state-of-the-art filtration systems that can remove even the tiniest particles, ensuring the water is perfect for use in the production process. Next comes the preparation of ingredients. Key components like taurine, caffeine, glucuronolactone, B vitamins, and sugar are carefully measured and mixed in precise proportions to create Monster Energy's signature taste. Special attention is given to the quality of each ingredient. For instance, caffeine arrives at the factory in pure powder form, undergoing strict quality control. Lab experts conduct thorough analyses of each batch of ingredients to ensure they meet the required standards. It's important to understand that each of these components plays a crucial role in delivering the energy and alertness that every Monster Energy drinker feels. Every ingredient is meticulously selected to maximize both effectiveness and consumer safety. The mixing takes place in enormous stainless steel tanks that hold up to 100,000 liters. In these tanks, all the ingredients are combined with the purified water, and the process of creating the drink begins. Special blade mixers ensure the even distribution of all substances, so that the flavor is consistent in every can. Once mixing is complete, samples are taken and sent to the lab for analysis. Everything is tested here, from sugar content to acidity levels and the correct balance of vitamins. Quality control at this stage is critical, as even the slightest variation in proportions could affect the final taste and quality of the drink. Once the drink is ready, it moves to the carbonation line, one of the most fascinating stages. Carbon dioxide is added to the liquid, giving the beverage its signature fizz. The level of carbonation is carefully controlled to ensure the perfect taste and mouthfeel when consumed. The carbonation process happens in several stages, allowing the optimal amount of carbon dioxide to dissolve into the liquid, delivering that fresh and energizing flavor. Every tank of the drink is tested to ensure that the carbonation levels meet the standards set for Monster Energy products. The next stage is filling the beverage into cans. The production line at the Monster Energy factory is a true marvel of modern engineering. The cans, made from aluminum, go through a pre-cleaning process before being filled. The cans are then filled under pressure to prevent the loss of carbon dioxide. The speed of the filling process is impressive. In 1 minute, the line can fill and seal up to 1,200 cans. After filling, each can is sealed with a lid and undergoes a leak test using advanced technology, including X-ray scanning. At this stage, a visual inspection is also carried out to ensure that each can meets external quality standards. There are no dents, scratches, or other defects that could affect the product's appearance. Once filled, the cans move on to the pasteurization stage. In specialized equipment, the cans are heated to a specific temperature, which helps eliminate potential microorganisms and extend the product's shelf life. Pasteurization is carefully controlled to preserve the drink's beneficial properties and flavor without compromising quality. The pasteurization technology is tailored to the characteristics of the energy drink to maintain its bold taste and freshness. The entire process is monitored by automated systems, ensuring consistent product quality throughout production. After pasteurization, the cans move on to the labeling and packaging stage. Here, each can is adorned with Monster Energy's bold and recognizable label. This process happens at incredible speed. Specialized machines can apply up to 60 labels per second. Once labeled, the cans are grouped together and packed into boxes, with each box holding 24 cans. The boxes are then stacked onto pallets and sent to the warehouse. The label is not just for decoration, it is the product's signature that grabs consumers' attention. At the factory, great care is taken to ensure the quality of both the printing and the attachment of the labels, so every can looks flawless. The factory's warehouse is a fully automated logistics center. Robotic arms carefully stack the pallets, and automated forklifts transport them to trucks. Each day, over 500,000 cans of Monster Energy are shipped from the warehouse, ready to be distributed across the country and internationally. The logistics are meticulously planned to ensure timely delivery of the product to any location in the world. The warehouse also maintains a strict inventory system, allowing for the tracking of every batch of products and ensuring quality is maintained throughout all stages of transportation. At the factory, special attention is given to product quality. Every stage of production is accompanied by strict quality control measures. The facility has its own laboratory, where hundreds of tests are conducted daily, from ingredient quality checks to analysis of the final product. Specialists not only monitor taste, but also the level of carbonation, the integrity of the can seals, and the overall appearance of the product. The laboratory is equipped with state-of-the-art instruments that allow precise analysis of the product's composition, ensuring its safety and compliance with standards. For instance, gas chromatography is used to measure the level of carbon dioxide, while spectrophotometry is employed to verify vitamin content. Additionally, the Monster Energy factory is actively working to reduce its environmental impact. Energy-saving technologies are utilized, and production waste is recycled. For example, aluminum cans that fail quality control are sent for recycling and reused, helping to reduce waste and lessen the factory's ecological footprint. The plant also collaborates with local authorities and environmental organizations to minimize carbon dioxide emissions and incorporate renewable energy sources into production. One example of these initiatives is the installation of solar panels on the roofs of the production buildings, which provide a portion of the factory's energy needs. When someone says the word hamburger, I immediately think of McDonald's. I think of that distinct taste, the speed with which the food ends up in my hands, and even the unmistakable smell in the parking lot. I've always been curious about how exactly the whole process works, haven't you? Well, in that case, it's worth starting not with the self-service kiosk or the drive-thru, but from the very beginning with the ingredients. McDonald's works with trusted meat suppliers who meet strict quality standards. Every year, the chain purchases around 100 million hamburger patties, so it's essential to find reliable factories that provide high-quality products. Priority is given to suppliers who use sustainable practices, and the company supports projects that promote animal welfare and responsible farming. The main types of meat include beef, chicken, and sometimes fish. For hamburgers, beef is used. At the factories, the beef is ground into meat for the patties and then vacuum sealed to preserve freshness and prevent contamination. Each new batch of ground beef is tested for freshness and quality, which includes checks for bacteria and other harmful organisms that could impact food safety. The meat is transported and stored at optimal temperatures between 32 and 39 degrees Fahrenheit, monitored by special sensors in warehouses and the trucks used for delivery. The hamburger buns are supplied by certified manufacturers specializing in baking bread products. McDonald's has several reliable suppliers across the country, ensuring consistent quality and freshness. The main factories are spread throughout the United States and may include companies like Bimbo Bakeries USA, Arista, and Flowers Foods. These companies use modern baking and processing technologies to guarantee the quality and freshness of the buns. In some cases, the buns are frozen to maintain freshness during transportation. To ensure product quality, McDonald's regularly conducts audits of manufacturing and storage standards, including sensory tests, evaluating taste and smell. Vegetables for hamburgers, such as lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and pickles, are supplied by local farmers and specialized agricultural companies. Each year, McDonald's sources approximately 3,300,000 pounds of lettuce, 3 million tomatoes, and 2,700,000 pounds of onions. The company partners with suppliers who adhere to quality standards and sustainable farming practices. Suppliers grow vegetables under optimal conditions, often using advanced cultivation techniques. For example, tomatoes may be grown in greenhouses to ensure consistent quality. Vegetables are typically delivered fresh, though they may also be pre-processed, sliced, peeled for convenience. This helps reduce the average order preparation time, contributing to McDonald's high level of service. For their hamburgers, McDonald's typically uses ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, Thousand Island dressing, and sometimes BBQ sauce. These sauces are supplied by major manufacturers, including Heinz, a well-known ketchup producer, Hellmann's, the mayonnaise supplier, and McCormick, which provides other spices and sauces. These trusted factories maintain strict quality control standards and incorporate sustainable practices into their production processes. Oh, can you already taste that perfect combination of ketchup and a beautifully grilled patty? This taste takes me back to when I played baseball in middle school. I loved being a pitcher, but after an hour of practice, I didn't even want to hold the ball anymore. All I could think about was protein and carbs. It became a sort of ritual. Wait until the pitching drills were over, then head to McDonald's with my friends. Fries, cheese sauce, soda, and oh yeah, the burger. We went there so often that the staff memorized our orders. Oh, but what was I saying? Let's get back on track. We've just reached the ingredient stage. Right now, we can observe a clear and structured process for receiving products at the restaurant. Before the acceptance begins, warehouse staff review the delivery documents to confirm that the items ordered match what was delivered. This includes details like the quantity, types of products, and expiration dates. Each product has a unique barcode that is scanned using automated systems, which updates inventory in the management system automatically. This greatly simplifies the entire process. After the receipt of goods, the next step is a freshness check. For example, vegetables and meat are inspected for damage or signs of spoilage, and they undergo routine tests for bacteria and other harmful organisms. Additionally, all products that require cold storage, such as meat and dairy products, must have their temperatures checked. Digital thermometers are used for this, and the data is automatically logged into the system. Ingredients are then placed in designated areas: refrigerators for meat and dairy, freezers for frozen items, and dry storage rooms for vegetables and dry goods. Inventory levels are monitored in real time through an automated tracking system that notifies staff when stock drops to critical levels. This also helps identify trends and optimize purchasing processes. Each batch of products has a unique identifier, allowing the restaurant to track its journey from the supplier to the restaurant. Every item is labeled with its expiration date, which is automatically recorded in the system, helping to prevent the use of expired products. When you step into the kitchen at McDonald's, the first thing you notice is the organized environment with clearly defined work zones. Right now, we're focusing on the area where the magic of preparing those iconic burger patties happens. The beef patties are formed automatically using special machines called forming press machines. Each patty is standardized to about 3 ounces, ensuring the perfect balance of texture and flavor in every burger. Once formed, the patties are automatically placed onto the grill. The grill is equipped with sensors that monitor the temperature, which is kept at an optimal 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Under these conditions, the ground beef cooks for 40 to 50 seconds on one side before the patties are automatically flipped. This process guarantees even cooking and helps retain the juiciness of the meat. During grilling, the system constantly measures the patty's internal temperature, and the readings are displayed on a screen. Once the patties reach a safe temperature of at least 160 degrees Fahrenheit, they are automatically removed from the grill and placed on special trays that keep them warm at around 150 degrees Fahrenheit. These patties need to be used within 10 to 15 minutes to maintain their freshness and quality. If the time limit is exceeded, the patties are discarded. You see how many precise details go into creating that perfectly cooked patty? The one where the cheese melts just right, just like in the commercials? Right next to the assembly line in the kitchen, you'll find automated displays showing exactly which burgers need to be assembled. This keeps everything organized and helps prevent mistakes. When a customer places an order, the details are scanned, and the information is sent to the kitchen in real time. A multifunctional robotic system assists the staff with various tasks, like gathering ingredients or placing the burgers into packaging. The system is equipped with specialized grips for precise handling of the food, and it uses algorithms to optimize movement, reducing the time needed to complete each task. This increases both the speed and accuracy of the assembly process while lowering the risk of errors. Let's take a look at how these automated processes come together to make my favorite burgers. The bottom bun is placed on a special platform. Depending on the type of burger, automated nozzles apply the exact amount of sauces onto the bun. Next, the patty, which has been kept warm on a heated display, is added. Can you smell that? That's the scent of a dream come true. Fresh vegetables, like lettuce leaves, tomato slices, and onion rings, are added to the patty, and then the burger is topped with the upper half of the bun. Once again, automated systems ensure that each element is placed perfectly. After assembly, I take a quick look to make sure the burger looks just right and that all the ingredients are in place. Sometimes, taste tests are even conducted to ensure the burger meets the flavor standards. Come on, admit it. Who didn't dream of having a job like this as a kid? I know I sure did. Once the burgers are assembled, they are automatically scanned into the system and placed on special trays, ready for packaging. This helps track which products have already been packaged and simplifies inventory management. The burgers move along a conveyor belt and are automatically placed into their packaging. The automated packing machines have mechanisms for sealing the packages, either by gluing or using flaps, and are equipped with sensors to monitor the quality of the packaging, preventing errors. These machines are designed for fast and efficient packaging and can handle different types of containers, like cardboard boxes or paper bags. With the help of these machines, the burgers are placed into branded packaging, which, by the way, is made from eco-friendly recyclable materials. Each burger package has a barcode that verifies its quality. If any issues arise, the system automatically alerts the team. After packaging, the orders are placed into heated display cases, where the temperature is maintained at about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The packaged burgers are then transported via conveyor systems to the display or pickup area. This reduces customer wait times and enhances service efficiency. The automated systems also keep track of how many burgers have been served, ensuring that fresh batches are prepared in a timely manner.